On a Facebook post, I shared my lovely new bullet journal planner thingamabobber, and there were a few people who were like, tell me more about that. And I was like, I could make a whole video because I do what I want, I guess. So first off, just let's give my stickers some love. Rainbow! Do you guys ever think about dying? You know, Barbie quote. Mushroom and frog, because mushroom and frogs, and appropriately raced Jesus. And it says, flip the tables of oppression. Booyah! Drop the mic, carry armpits. I love this book for a few reasons. One is that it has 2 bookmarks, which is brilliant. And the other thing is I love the dots that you can just, oh, you can't see the dots, can you? Can you see the dots? Yes, you can. But I also love that it's page numbered, so I don't have to number the pages myself, because that's a pain in the butt. But that's the beautiful thing about these kinds of planners is you can do whatever the heck you want and take whatever notes you want, and then you go to the index, the first 2 pages, and you can write down where that thing is so you can find it. So you're not like, oh, where was that thing? You have a cheat sheet index. I have in my book that, and then I have February, March, April, May spread into the 4 chunks so that any notes come up in that time, they have a place to live. And then I have an ongoing brain dump. That is my ongoing to-do list. And I have little boxes and I tick them when I've done it, or I leave a line, like if the question isn't a yes or no but actually needs an answer, then I can look at that empty line to know what I need to answer. And a very important thing for me is I allow myself to have fun and put stickers and colorful things that I've cut out of magazines, because I used to be like, oh no, I can't have anything glued in there, it's gotta just be the pen. I don't know why I told myself that. That was boring. It's a lot more fun to use and look at. So I organized the brain dump by week and try to go through it fairly regularly, so if something's no longer relevant, I just put a line through it. Then I have my notes that are my encouraging things to lift weights to. And so like this was like, how does it get better than this? There is no upper limit to this question. I ask the questions that improve my life. Faith is the seed I plant, and knowing is what I get. Contrast reveals the want, the desire for change. Contrast, desire, receive. These are notes based on what was gone through in Rainbow Magic, a thing I've mentioned a few times. And then I have a page of every day, or I try to do it every day, things I'm grateful for. So that's my week 4 grateful notes. Then, this is the really good thing. Let me turn the camera around. Here we go. I have the weekly overview. So I have a place where all the important stuff goes. So yeah, this is enough space for me, but some people need a whole page a day, and that's totally cool too. The book should work for you. Any meetings, any due dates, any garbage collection, dinner planning, just everything that's particular to that day in one spot. And then I have the next 2 weeks and the important things to look at. And then I have notes for that week, or goals for that week that aren't necessarily that maybe I want to have a bit more like regular looking at of those notes than the stuff I just need to get out of my head. And then these are just some other random notes, but they have a home. Ideas for doing more fun stuff, projects, collabs with Nanny, and people I want to record pods with, podcast conversations, ideas for shorts, project that I want to do with somebody. Oh man, I got a really cool thing possibility coming up through this editing project that I'm working with called Fiercely Feminine and Funded. It's on School. These are the current Rainbow Magic notes, and maybe I'll make its own page of things to lift weights to, and there's this upcoming week. A really important thing about any journaling slash planner system is to make it that it works for you. Don't get caught up in the rules. Like the writer official bullet journal books cost $20. $20 for a single book. Like, and people are so hoity-toity about this. They're Leuchtturms. And it's like, this book cost me $4 on sale at like a dollar store equivalent called Flying Tiger here in Sweden. And it's a perfectly good book. Don't look at people's beautiful art and compare and be like, my book isn't going to be beautiful like that. Like, only make your book beautiful if it's fun for you, but otherwise let it be messy. There's lots of places where you can find printables if you want to have things really nice in there. Like, back in the day, I used to do habit trackers, but I just never... Let's see. Here's a habit tracker from a long time ago. I used to go a little crazy with the washi as I had some, as I would like trade samples with people. And you can have all kinds of trackers of things that you want to grow in. Like, if you want to do something every day, you can Google and find really fun ways to do that. Like drawing a flower, and each petal that you color in represents doing that thing or whatever. So you can keep track of movies and TV shows and books you have read or watched or want to read or watch. Like, anything that you're interested in, that you like doing, is something that you can track, and you can just think of, what would I be interested to look back on my life later on, but also making it work for you in the day-to-day. The best thing to do is to have a place where you don't, or all of the sticky notes, all of the little notebooks, all of the little things where you're like searching for your life and what do you need to remember can all just be condensed into this one place. And as you're like, oh, this specific list is too overwhelming, I need to transfer aspects of this list to its own page. And then you can put that in the bullet, in the index. Like, all these tasks have to do with cleaning, or all these tasks have to do with some aspect of my job that needs to be done. And then you can find those things easily. And one last tip. I'm knocking over glue sticks. Is if you want to find your gratitude page or your to-do list page sooner, you can write those page numbers down in the margins, so you don't have to go to the index every time. It can be just, this. Anyway, hope that makes sense. Okay, bye! Hugs! I'm really happy for the fact that I have this space to put things that make me happy in it, and to make goals for how I can grow as a person. And it's really important, though, that you don't judge yourself as you go, and you don't try to do everything at once. Start small. If something is worth doing, it's worth doing badly, and just have fun with it. So in those beautiful rare times when I actually have a certain amount of hours to myself, I plan those more specifically on a whiteboard, and then I can be like, okay, in this 10 minutes I'm gonna do a quick sweep of the kitchen, and in this 15 minutes I'm gonna do that. So that's easier to look at and easier to deal with, and so I don't have to be stuck to the board. I can just take a picture of that and look at that on my phone. A really big tip I can give you is to plan something for yourself that you love first. Like, you can't pour from an empty cup, and it's the thing, doing something that you love, that you enjoy, that feels good to you is as valuable as the cleaning, as the work, even if it's just for 15 minutes. The other thing that I use in my life that I am very, very thankful for is an app called Finch, and you get a little burb, and it's a to-do list app, but you get to, like, you know, send them on adventures. You can have friends and send each other presents, and I love how it's a not judgmental app. Like, there's not a running counter of, ooh, 52 days in a row, and you feel like, oh, I have to do that thing, or I don't want to start back at 0 and feel all bad about myself. Like, there's no negative feeling counters like that, and I really like that part of it. I'm not sponsored, but man, I would love to be sponsored by Finch. How cool would that be? Let me know if that was helpful, and if you have any questions, and yeah. So, I barely started this. What day was it that I started this? I barely started this the 19th. It is the 25th, and I've already got already done this much with it. Quality content!